Hey guys, it's Danny. Today we're spending yet another day in the blazing heat outside. You guys really enjoyed the other video and I kind of enjoyed it too. Yes, there were the workers and everything, but at least we didn't have the gross space echo. So I thought, you know what, let's just make another video outside. Ta-da! There we have it. I have new shelves. If you missed the video in which I showed you my orchids, check it down below. I was telling you last time that I have some issues with the orchids outside with watering. So if you remember, I used to have my orchids on the soccer stands. I still have one out there, but you're gonna see it throughout the video. Now, the soccer stands have some drawbacks. Yes, they're pretty and everything, but at least when it comes to watering, you see those rings? Yeah, sadly, you cannot put bigger pots that don't fit in between those bars. So practically you're limited to 14 or 15 centimeter pots. And my orchids, well, kind of vary in size. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, and I really wanted to switch them to the to the wick system, as I do have some issues with water. And if I were to use the soccer stands, I would not be able to put all of these orchids in the stand because some of them are really big. So if you can imagine, the pot inside should be the size they are in now, but the mask should be a little bigger. And I tried a few options. I just couldn't fit all of the pots and all of the masks that I wanted in that IKEA soccer stand. So I thought, you know what? Well, let's look for a different stand. And I found this. This one is called Lerberg and it's actually a bookshelf, but it can definitely substitute as a plant stand very well. So as you can see, I've already assembled it, but don't worry, I filmed and I'll take you through the process of assembly and other things. And also, can you notice I do have my dishes? Another thing that I couldn't really do in the soccer stand was put dishes properly. They would just flop around. I would need to tie them. It was a whole mess. I tried to just water with the hose. No, I'm not comfortable with sharing water no matter what. So there are too many reasons why I wanted to switch the stands, and I think this is a good option. So let me just walk you through how I assembled it, and hopefully if you're in a pickle with shelving units, this will inspire you. So in the product box, you will find the instruction manual, the actual shelves, and the legs of the shelf. So the first thing you need to do is collect all of the shelves and stack them together, starting with the biggest one and ending with the smallest one. Then get rid of the smallest one on the top and the biggest one on the bottom. You will work only with the middle two. You first need to secure these just to make your life easier. Afterwards, you will see that two of the legs have these weird shape. Well, you will need to attach two more legs, a bigger one and a smaller one. Attach the longer leg to the shorter side of this frame and start by attaching the first shelf to the joint area. Use the provided screws and the little lever because they have a pentagon head. Afterwards, join the shorter leg to the longer side of the structure and attach the other shelf as well. There is a difference in size. Practically, this shelf is narrower at the top and wider at the bottom. After half of the shelf is done, you can install the other side. With this one though, you can start attaching them from wherever you want. You will still need to pin the legs to the frame though. Afterwards, just make sure that all of the screws are tightened. I think this is the first IKEA product that didn't have a very comprehensive manual. So now I need to remove each and every one of these orchids. I already removed those and just put them somewhere. Afterwards, I need to seriously clean the tiles. You see, these stands have these legs which accumulate dust and dried leaves and everything of the sorts, and it collected so much debris because even though it's always windy and breezy on my terrace, the past few days were what the kids call extra these days. And all of the junk from the terrace just collected in this main part, which is, I don't know, it just collects a lot of stuff. So that's it, let's just get to work. I really like these shelves because, as you can see, you can actually press them against the walls. One of the issues with the other shelves, although they were beautiful and everything, was the legs. Do you see how wide they are? Well, this made it so that you could never push them against the wall. It wasn't advisable either. The design cannot permit it because you can see the pots extend back and forth in that little loop there. So for my terrace, I don't know if you noticed, but I placed the legs of these shelves outwards. They actually stick out on the other side, which is not, ideal. It's not bad either, but to be able to actually push them against this little fence that I have, I had to do that. But there I could not. Do you see? I have a sort of border there. I could not stack the legs in any way. I tried putting them upwards on the actual border, but they weren't stable. I had to tie them to the fence. These ones, they don't need tying actually because they are very, very stable due to their design. Well, more stable than the soccer ones, I suppose. So yeah, a few inconveniences here and there with the soccer, apart from the ones that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I do like these though. So now it's time to populate them. For now, temporary, I need to figure out stuff. I will get my dishes so I can put dishes underneath them. No more sharing water, that's great. But yeah, of course, I do intend to switch them to the wick system so they will take less space. But anyway, let's just get to work. Alrighty, so as you can pretty much tell, I appear to have more space than I originally started with, so I'm not entirely sure how to arrange them. Probably I'll bring those cattleyas from there to here as well. I don't know, I'm gonna play around these days, but it was really on my mind to do this and install these shelves. I don't know if I'm gonna purchase more. I might. I have another wall that I could do something like this. Not only for orchids, but other things as well. I find them to be cute and pretty elegant in comparison to the soccer ones, which in appearance they do look elegant, but when you start to use them, they stop being so elegant. At least this has been my experience. I've seen setups really, really pretty with the soccer stands as well in front of big, tall windows, but I don't have big, tall windows, and the things with the legs was just frustrating me. There was always this gap in between the soccer stand and the wall or the little fence that I have. No, it didn't work out for me. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. This one works out a lot better. It looks a lot more tidy. And look at this room. I can put other cattleyas or other plants there. Maybe I can put smaller stuff. Now that I have the wick system, I can develop, I did not put the seedlings outside because they just require so much water, and already I'm having issues, or I used to have issues in the grow space. Imagine outside. That's why I didn't want to bring them, but look at that. Now I have space to do so. And if I so desire, I can just go ahead and purchase another one and put it there. Against my fence, because the price is just really reasonable. As a last thought though, I have to warn you, these things, you see, they're a little flimsy. I wouldn't put something very, very heavy. My orchid pots are not heavy at all. These are heavier because they have the pebbles, but the Leka ones, even with the reservoir, they're not very heavy. I have plastic masks, so it's okay. You can see it is reinforced in the center. But I think this little wire can bend if you put something extremely heavy, so be warned. This is a bookshelf. And another thing, I think it's designed to sit inside, so I'm not sure how it's going to react with rain. I do have a terrace in which it doesn't rain, so that's okay, but I'm not sure how we're gonna be with the humidity, and also I sprayed water on the floor to clean the tiles faster. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna do with rust. I don't know. It appears to be quite a good material. I'm not sure if it's gonna rust, but I would try to protect it from water as much as possible. So those are the two things that I really wanted to draw your attention upon. And as much as stability goes, it's stable, but when you put heavy stuff on it, you know, with everything and anything in this world, be careful with pets and children. Children can climb on them, and that's never a good thing. But I forgot to tell you, do you see those little holes there? Yes, those are made in case you want to pin it to the wall. They don't provide you with screws to do so, but you have the option definitely if you just want to mount it on the wall and be safe. Alrighty guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video today, and you know the drill. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe to my channel for regular orchid videos, tutorials, Q&As, and apparently IKEA assemblies. I swear I should be a partner at this point. And if you like YouTube to notify you whenever I upload a video, just turn on all notifications for my channel. And with that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!